Dansby Swanson moving down to the 8-hole, I think we were a little past due, but just happy to see that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, this team will go as far as it possibly can if Dansby is just being competent as an offensive hitter. He started the first 15 games of the year, I believe. He was pretty good.
Yeah. We were talking about what a difference being healthy makes.
Yeah, he was hitting the ball hard. He was hitting on a line. He was hitting it in the air. Not as many ground balls. Last year, he had a career high in ground ball rate. And, of course, after I make a short and we put it up on the YouTube channel, he starts to slump. So you want to blame me, blame me. All right? Everyone likes to point out when I'm wrong about things. You can blame me for Dansby slumping, okay? No more shorts on Dansby Swanson's offense this year.
No.
But before the game, Craig Counsell had an interesting quote, I thought, related to Dansby. And it was from the marquee broadcast. I'm finding it right now. I'm scrolling. Here it is. Okay. Dansby's an offensive player who's like on the far end of streakiness. It's just kind of who he is as a hitter. He's in a little bit of a rut, a little bit of one of those ruts right now. The good stretches, there's good stretches, then he can carry a team for 10 or so days and be the best offensive player. That's just where we are right now. He'll get out of it. His defense has been phenomenal and exceptional. Try to get him into one of those. We're trying to get him into one of those good stretches. So I think moving him down the 8-hole certainly takes some pressure off. And also it's kind of a wake-up call too. It's like, dude knows that he hasn't been hitting well. You getting put all the way down to the 8-hole and you're one of the highest paid players on the team. Like, as a human, I would feel a little embarrassed about it.
Yeah, the radio broadcast was talking about he's had some bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that, but I also appreciate that he was,
if
you're hitting like $171 again with runners in scoring position, and all these guys are getting on base in front of him. Somebody else has to have that opportunity until he gets it right. Now, if you'd have told me he's going to have 5 home runs in April, I would have said, well, that sounds like a pretty good month. They've all been solo homers. They've just come at the wrong, quote unquote, wrong time. You'd rather have somebody on base. And he was only batting like 173 or so. He was below 200. So
he's had good games. There was a game against the Rangers when the Rangers came to Wrigley. He had 4 RBIs in that game. I think that included one of those solo home runs. But I think ever since that game, that's when he started trending down. And maybe that's when some of that bad luck started getting involved. But, as we've talked about before with Dansby, he's you say he's kind of polarizing because he's one of the highest paid players on the team. And, a lot of people think he's not worth the money, even though in today's market, he's certainly worth the money. As far as value, he's definitely he's at a higher WAR than both Trey Turner and Xander Bogaerts and Carlos Correa since their free agency. And the Cubs got Swanson for the cheapest, and you've gotten more value out of him. The defense has still been great. I would like for him to hit more, but if you just look at Dansby Swanson's baseball card, this is what he is. He's always been a streaky hitter.
I have no regrets about his deal. Like I just did the short on our new CHGO Cubs YouTube channel, which you should subscribe and also like. But I just did the short about the Bryce Harper thing and how the Cubs don't make the mistake. Bryce Harper wanted to come here. It was $25 million a year, and that's basically exactly what you ended up paying several years later, $25 million a year to Dansby Swanson. I don't regret that either. And they won't regret it with Tucker. Dansby is exactly what you want at shortstop. He's a great defender. Would I like a little more power? Well, guys, he's got 5 home runs this month.
Yeah.
I know he's not hitting. He's not. But if he ends up with 25 home runs at the end of the season and he plays great defense and the rest of the offense rolls like this, you won't care that much.
Yeah.
You just won't, especially if he's batting 8th.
Right.
Because you didn't have PCA doing what he's doing now all of last year, so that changes the lineup. You didn't have Kyle Tucker.
He's got to hit above the Mendoza line for sure.
Yes, he's got to hit better than what he's been hitting right now. But I'm just saying, the home run thing at least shows you that there is some hope. He has hit 5 home runs.